Commander Cody, the time has come. Execute Order 66.
It will be done, my lord. Hello there.
I've been waiting a long time for this moment, my little green friend.
I am the Senate.
That sounded like Voldemort.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
He
it was
does
the
that
Voldemort
laugh.
laugh, yeah. Harry Potter, the boy who lived, come to die.
Do it. I'm too weak. Oh, please don't hurt me.
Unlimited power. It's a weird film, man, isn't it? It's a weird film.
Hello and welcome to episode 66 of Movie On Up with your hosts, me, Emperor Palpatine.
And me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Or Brian
I thought you were gonna
Butterfield.
say Brian Butterfield, yeah.
Oh dear.
It's been a long day. It's nearly 9 p.m. We've just started recording. We are here for episode 66. Why don't we talk about the coincidence that is our 66th episode falls on the same week as Revenge of the Sith turns 20. That is a really weird coincidence. And it is a coincidence as well.
And it's the closest episode to May 4th this year as well, which is just wild.
It sounds and sort of, yeah, it sounds like something we'd actually plan.
Yeah.
But I swear down, it hasn't. That's the kind of weird nerd thing you think we do, but I promise we haven't planned that. How you doing, Adam?
I am doing okay, thank you. Well, I've had a really lovely week actually. Yesterday was a perfect day, and I'm sure we'll get into some details later on. But yeah, everything's going swimmingly well for me, really. And I knew that karma was going to get me, and it did, in the most shocking of ways today. Actually, I spent £1.60 on a vending machine at the university, and I was craving a white chocolate Kinder Bueno, and it just, went for my bank account. Did anything drop from the machine? No, not anything. Not one little crumb.
That's karma, mate, I must say.
Yeah. That's what you get for meeting Jeff Goldblum in the street. Just get mugged by vending machines.
Did you not kick it, shake it, smash the glass pane in it?
I mean, that's the obvious sort of next course of action, really, isn't it? But I just...
Vandalism, yeah.
Whenever something mildly goes wrong in my life, I do turn extremely violent. Yeah. But no, I thought against it, but it did cross my mind. How are you
Good
doing?
Samaritan over here.
Yeah.
Tired. Yeah, just tired, really.
Oh,
Good energy for a podcast.
yeah. How are you feeling then? Just EP, to be honest, mate. Just a bit EP.
Yeah, just me.
Rockabye, baby.
I've had a boring, stressful, not very good week so far, or last week or the week before. But Adam has been living his absolute best life.
I have. I feel guilty.
Let's talk about. We're going to do a separate episode, aren't we? You're going to go into detail, but why don't you just mention the fact that you've met Jeff Goldblum and then went to a signing and listened to his music, and so the signing was on Monday, right?
Yes, yeah. Loads of people there. They had a big queue that started, like the shop, it was a pop-up shop in King's Cross, sort of by Camden, and the signing started, or the pop-up shop rather, opened at 11, with Jeff expected to turn up at 1 o'clock to start the signing. And sure enough, he did turn up at 12:50 and waltzed down the road as he did, very nonchalant. And it was a lovely day, really hot. I got sunburnt on the neck, got a bit of heat stroke, I think. but it was absolutely worth it. And yeah, stay tuned for the bonus episode that will come at some point this week as well, for more details on that. But it was so bizarre that I got to see Jeff Goldblum not once, not twice, but 3 times in the space of a week, which is just something that doesn't happen. Like, and for it to be kind of your hero really is just so bizarre and quite yes, I would say quite spooky.
And that's why he's on the A-list star in our impressions repertoire, guys, because he can do a banging impression of him.
Yeah. Do you know, I will... Again, I'll discuss it more in the bonus episode, but I did whip out my Goldblum impression, which felt sort of illegal, really. When you're queuing to see the person you're impersonating, it does feel a bit perverse. But, you know, the people in the queue around me were digging it, so it was nice. And then on top of that, yesterday, I also went to press screening, which is a nice segue into one of the films we're going to be discussing this week, being The Uninvited.
Yeah, so I did not get round to catching a new film this week, but I did get to see Revenge of the Sith on the big screen. So yeah, we're going to be talking a bit about Star Wars, a bit about Revenge of the Sith, and then yeah, Adam's going to be talking about his actual press screening that he went to, and then I think we're going to end off with a bit of A-list star and big question. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct, Alf. I'm very excited.
Get into it.
Very excited for this episode. I think it's going to be a good one.
Adam, we're 2 nerds, aren't we?
We are. You're a nerd. Nerd.
Yeah, I'm a
geek.
nerd. You're a geek, bro.
Oh, okay.
We love Star Wars. I'd say Star Wars is I'm probably a bigger Star Wars fan than Adam, the same way that Adam is a bigger Marvel fan than me. But we both love Star Wars, and it was Revenge of the Sith's 20th anniversary, so they've been re-releasing that in the cinema on the big screen. No special editions, anything like that, no remaster, just straight up the film on the big screen. I believe it's been the second most successful re-release of a film ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's made a heap of money for Disney, which they need it, don't they? Bless them. So good job. They did pay. How much did they pay George Lucas for it? Like, they've made like what they paid 1 million times over, I think. So yeah, I got to court Revenge of the Sith on the big screen. So this was the first Star Wars film I saw on the big screen in 2005. When I was 6 years old, which was cool to then go back and watch it with my little brother, who obviously didn't exist back then. So that was quite nice, going to see it with him. Went with Jacob as well. You didn't get to watch it in the cinema. You tried to, right? But it was fully booked.
Yeah, so I've got quite a hectic week, so I only had Saturday as my only opportunity to see it. I was busy in the morning as well. So, and then I looked on the app, on the Odeon app, and they only did 2 showings in the afternoon and evening, which I thought was really bizarre. Like, why would you not capitalise on that? So that was strange. But yeah, it was my own fault. I was looking on the day to book tickets that evening, and unsurprisingly on a Saturday, when they're re-releasing one of most people's, it's up there in top 3 Star Wars films, if not their favourite, of course it was going to be booked out. So I dropped the ball on that front, but I guess I'm rationalising it because I got to see some re-releases last year, because they re-released all the Star Wars ones actually, and I did see Revenge of the Sith not long ago, so I'm not too gutted. But how was it? I bet the energy in your screening was immense.
It was good, yeah. To be honest, so the View by me was showing it every single hour, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much every hour, or at least once every 2 hours, which is really impressive because sometimes the screenings are pretty pants, but it was nice. All of the Friday and Saturday showings were fully booked weeks in advance. The Sundays less so. So we went and saw it on the Sunday, and there wasn't loads of us in there. I guess because it was Sunday at 5 p.m, so people have got work and that, haven't they? But the ones that were in there, we were giggling along to all of the memed moments. There was like people saying lines under their breath, which I liked. I didn't mind it. It wasn't like Minecraft movie level of shouting at a screen, But when he says "do it," you had people saying that, and when he does that weird noise when he goes "get," people were doing that. And when C-3PO is in the middle of the frame when it pans in, people were creased up at that. People were loving it and enjoying it, and it was fun seeing it with Lenny. Like we said at the beginning, it's absolutely the most memed Star Wars film out there.
Yeah.
Every single line is a meme, and it's funny. But seeing it on a big screen again was so cool. So this, yeah, like I said, I saw it in 2005 and then seeing it again. The opening battle, I think that's probably the best opening Star Wars scene. I think it's difficult because I'm a huge Return of the Jedi fan and Jabba's palace is immense. But I think on scale and spectacle, the opening of Revenge of the Sith, the battle over Coruscant, is insane. And it looks so good, even 20 years later. I know these prequels get absolute sort of frambusted for all of their CGI, and a lot of it holds up. I think that opening scene looks amazing on a big screen with the full sound system. So cool.
That's good to hear, because I think people are quick to judge the prequels, I think myself included at times. But, you know, it's 20 years old, and you can watch Revenge of the Sith without really being that, you know, bothered by the visual effects. I actually think, as you say, they do hold up fairly decently. Whereas if I was to watch, I don't know, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That only came out like 2 years ago, and that looks rubbish now. You know, like whereas this, I can kind of give it a pass, especially like 20 years old. Look at other films and other franchises that were using CGI at that time. I'm sure Star Wars was doing a far better job than that was, you know, than other things were.
I believe it was the OG for visual effects in the 70s and 80s, and I think it was the pioneer for visual effects in the 90s and early 2000s. I think it's always been like one of those landmark sort of series, and they're always paving the way. The visual effects, there are the odd shot that on the big screen you obviously can see it a lot more, and there's one bit where the CGI robot passes baby Luke and baby Leia to Obi-Wan, and you can see the way that the person in the editing room is just dragged the PNG of the baby into Obi-Wan's arms, and it just slides into his arm. And me and Lenny were creased up. But I do admire it as a film. I think it's so cool to have it on a big screen again. I'd love to catch more of them. How many did you catch when they did re-release them all last year?
Ooh, I definitely saw the prequels. I think I saw Rogue One and the original trilogy, and then I don't think I saw the sequel trilogy, and I don't think they
all six of the. Oh wow! And
I think
Rogue
so.
One.
Yeah, they didn't do Solo, but I'm a big Solo defender. I don't know how you feel about it.
I've only probably watched it once.
Oh, okay.
I should definitely give it a rewatch. I think I've watched it in the cinema, and that's it.
It's got a cracking soundtrack. And it's like is it Powell? I can't remember. It's not John Williams for Solo. It's John Powell. That's who it is.
That's insane that you got to catch. I didn't realise you saw that many of them. I've only seen Return of the Jedi on a re-release, and then this on a re-release, and I'd love to. Oh, and Phantom Menace, but yeah, I'd love to catch all of them at some point. I think it's so cool seeing such a landmark film on a big screen, such a spectacle. And Revenge of the Sith genuinely is in my top 4. I think it's that whole thing with like Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars film, but it's not my favorite. Like favorites wise, I think this is in my top 3. I just got such a soft spot for it because I grew up with it, saw it at the cinema. And yeah, getting to see it again on a big screen was so cool. Amazing moments. And I think the people moan about the writing and the cheesy acting at times with like Padme and Anakin, but I think if you go in and embrace it, I think it's much more enjoyable than just slandering all these films, I must say.
I agree. And it's a really tragic film that always kind of catches me off guard. I don't find I get particularly emotional when watching Star Wars. Like, I don't really tear up. But there's something about Revenge of the Sith that does feel quite human, despite it being, you know, very outlandish and, you know, high fantasy and lots of alien creatures in it and all things like that. But I do think the descent and Order 66 and that sort of closing 40 minutes is really affecting, and it does catch you off guard because I don't think that the other prequel films really do that. I don't think the sequel films do that either. So props to it, because I think it does try and do more than other Star Wars films do, in that it's got so much really complex and properly well thought out action sequences and choreography. I mean, the lightsaber battles in there are, the best in the series.
Yeah, insane.
And then you've got the whole love story that descends into, absolute mess, and the fallout between Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then for it to set up again, it's also a set up for the original trilogy, and I think in that regard it does it quite well.
It's insanely paced as well, as in it is absolute non-stop. We were thinking, like, if you were seeing this for the first time, there is about one moment in that probably nearly 3-hour film where you can go to the toilet. Other than that, like, there is one scene where Padme and Anakin are talking, you'd be able to run out for a toilet real quick. Other than that, if you go out at any point, you miss so much context, so much everything. It is like so fast paced, and you're right, it's just like action scene and impactful dialogue, and it's just moving at a constant pace. Like you said, those lightsaber battles at the end where you get the parallels with the battle on Mustafar and in the Senate with Yoda and the Emperor, it's so cool, man. Like, with the music on the proper surround sound as well. I love these films, man. So nerdy, but I really do.
Yeah. Oh, you just remind me, like the whole scene on Utapau with Obi-Wan and Grievous, and I love the chase scene where he jumps on that lizard and that's making the really cool screech. I love that sound effect. And then the wheel kind of bike. I know they've all got names, but that's a really cool vehicle. The
sound design in that planet and on that chase is so cool. The noise that the wheel bike makes.
Yeah, so much fun.
While Adam was in London, seeing Jeff Goldblum, he somehow managed to make that coincide with a press screening. Adam popped off down to the cinema in London and caught The Uninvited. I know nothing about this film, Adam. I don't know how you managed to get a press ticket. I don't know how you managed to go see it. I don't know what it's about, who's in it. So take it away.
Okay, so The Uninvited has a very strong cast, I'll say that. It's got Pedro Pascal, Walton Goggins, Elizabeth Reese, an actress I'm not familiar with, but she's in Twilight and other things. Rufus Sewell, Lois Smith. Yeah, it's a really strong but kind of tight-knit cast as well. It's directed by the wife of Walton Goggins as well. Let me just find her name. Nadia Connors. I think she's not got many credits on IMDb, so it seems to be quite an early project for her. I think this is maybe a profession she's come to maybe later in life. I'm not too sure, but that seems to be the message of this film as well. But yeah, to backtrack a little bit, the way I got this gig to go and cover it, basically, it was via a media sort of PR outreach email, basically asking folks several times actually over the last couple of months, come and watch this film and share it around. We want to know what you think of it, which I think is really nice. I've not seen this for any other film, or if I have, it's been for quite a small film that isn't even getting a wide release. So for this film to be coming to Odeon cinemas and other cinemas across the UK on May 9th, and for me to be able to see it 2 weeks early was really cool. And also Pedro Pascal was in it. Let's not understate that. So I was very excited. I was like, yeah, I'll go along. They had interview opportunities, I think, but they were very exclusive, and I think happened earlier in the month or last month. But anyway, I went along to the headquarters in London of Working Titles, the studio behind such franchises like Johnny English with Rowan Atkinson. You've got
British classics, some would say.
Yeah, Bridget Jones, and I think it was Notting Hill in there, or certainly Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Notting Hill, About a Boy, the Cornetto trilogy, all in. Yeah, just Love Actually as well was one.
Crazy, really, really, a very proudly British production company, isn't it? Now I think about it, but yeah, basically anything Hugh Grant's ever done, apart from the Paddington films. Yeah, fair play to them. So I went along, and it must be said, we've had press tickets or, press passes for other events like the London Film Festival, and I've been to events like the BAFTAs, but this was the first press screening, exclusively for the press that I've attended. So I kind of built up in my head and I was really nervous for it, but quite excited. And I got there about half an hour early, and the receptionists there were lovely. What did surprise me was that they were all like our age, if not younger, which is just not what I was expecting when I walked into quite a big production company's headquarters. I thought it was going to be, I don't know, old folk and big beefy security guards, but I guess not. So that was interesting. But they were really lovely. They made me a latte while I was waiting and sort of asked me about the podcast. They said they liked the title as well. They said Moving Up was a great name.
Hey.
So there's maybe one listener we've got new this week. Who knows? Hello, if you're listening.
Shout out to you, receptionist lady.
Thank you. You made a lovely latte. Or flat white, sorry. Flat white was what it was. On a side note, by the way, when she asked, do you want a coffee? How do you want your coffee? I thought this is how naive I was. Of course, it's like a big London headquarters. Of course, they're going to have a fancy machine. But I went, just a bit of milk, no sugar. And then she was like, no, do you want a mocha, flat white, latte? I was like, oh, right.
Oh, like proper coffee. Yeah, just a builder's love.
Mud with milk. Yeah, but it was lovely. So they then took us down this lift to an underground kind of basement screening room, which had massive seats, like really big seats, that were super comfy. It was like, the recliners that you get in Views and Odeon cinemas, things like that. It was like that size, but for one person. It was mental. And the screen was incredible quality, like as good as the Leicester Square cinemas, I would say. Really good, crisp image. Not a very tall screen, but really wide. And it was the exact size of the wall. Like it started at the floor, ended at the ceiling, started at either end of the walls. Really bizarre, kind of frame sizing, I thought. But it was brilliant. Sound was loud and all, surround sound. It was excellent. It was really good screening.
How big was the room, and how many of you were there? Sorry.
There was about 12 of us, I would say, in attendance. Most of them our age and freelancers, I think.
Yeah. And
then a couple of older folks that looked like stereotypical grizzled film journalists. Yeah. They'd been around. They'd seen some films, So that was quite funny. But it was just really interesting to me because it wasn't at all what I thought it was going to be, and not in a bad way. Just I think I took a bit of encouragement from it because it's like, yeah, you and I can absolutely do this. We fit in with this crowd, and I don't know. I guess it counts as networking, but I struck up some conversations. I was like, oh, what have you guys written for? Are you excited for the film? What did you think of it? Just sort of those general questions to bond over that.
Good on you though. That takes some courage. I would struggle to do that in a situation like that where I don't want to put you down, Adam, but I imagine that you were the least experienced person in that room.
Yeah.
So it takes a bit of courage being able to like struck up a conversation and try and like make a few remarks to people. So good on you for it. Like it's impressive. It's good.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm really glad I went along because I wasn't sure what to expect from The Uninvited, given that the trailer is on YouTube, but I haven't seen it play anywhere else. Like, unless you seek it out, it's hard to find. And then the poster as well, I haven't seen that posted on Instagram or anything. So it's very much a kind of smaller, I guess, indie level kind of film, despite it having Walton, Goggins and Pedro Pascal in, who are two huge actors right now, with The Last of Us and White Lotus. So maybe they'll start promoting it, later in May or something. But yeah, what did I think of The Uninvited? I thought it was a very funny film, really chucklesome, very tightly written, very impressive screenplay. I thought it felt snappy, it felt intellectual, but it's all about kind of taking the myth of the Hollywood community and these rich, entitled people that live in Hollywood Hills in LA, and they're just sort of splashing their cash, throwing parties, doing cocaine, drinking to the excess. And it's about taking those characters, making them feel human, sort of ripping them off their pedestal and showing them as being troubled, flawed people that are intertwined with almost thriller-esque connections. And there's reveals throughout the film that are like, oh, so these guys had an affair, but then he got with her in a few years ago, and it's all very intertwined, and it felt complex and very engaging from the start. It's not a long film either. It's only about 90 minutes, so 10 stars. Any 90-minute film has my approval. But no, I really liked it, and I think at points it could be a little bit cliche, because the Uninvited title refers to this old lady who turns up at this house, owned by Sammy and by what's the character's name? Hang on. Owned by Sammy and Rose. So Sammy is a sort of big shot agent, I guess, for other actors, and Rose is an actress who is sort of middle-aged now, has a son, and is kind of aged out of the whole industry. A little bit like The Substance, a little bit like other films we got last year that tackle womanhood and aging and the troubles that come with that. So it's nice to see that theme, be addressed, but from a different angle. Elizabeth Reeser, by the way, absolutely the heart and soul of this film, and has to do a lot of different stuff in here. She effectively portrays a very caring and sympathetic mother, someone that also has a lot of regret, though, about the fact that she had a child, and about the fact that she's given up her whole dream of being an actress and of being with these other folks that she had, romantic encounters with. And even though she partially likes the life she's got now, she's also got a deep sense of like, oh, what would have happened in another life, which is a complex and I think quite a human thing to tackle. So fair play to it for that. But yeah, this old lady played by Lois Smith, called Helen, rocks up at this house just as a huge Hollywood party's about to happen, and she's clearly got dementia or some sort of maybe like schizophrenia, that kind of thing going on. She's absolutely adamant that it's her house, but she's also like in pain. She keeps referring to the fact that she's got a stomach ache, and there's also many moments where other characters are like, oh, is this your mother? Is this your mother here? Like, you look alike. Or Helen herself will say to Rose, oh, you remind me of myself when I was younger. And it almost plays around with the fact that, oh, maybe this is some sort of angel or presence that is Rose from the future, that kind of thing going on. And it doesn't necessarily disprove that. It just is like up to the audience to decide, oh, is that what was going on? But I found that character to be really sweet and very funny as well. They don't really... They strike the fine balance between making that character funny in the way that she's so confused, but never really making it feel like they're being insensitive to that illness and to those to those problems that older people can have. So in that way, again, I found the film to be quite impressive. And then you've also got other things going on there, like Pedro Pascal is an actor called Lucian who comes in and he's sober, but as he says in the film, but I still drink. Like, you're just like a complete nutcase who also, has doubts and regrets about his life. Same with Delia, played by Eva Dominici, something like that, something along those lines. Same with Rufus Sewell as well. So yeah, I really liked it, man. If you see a screening, absolutely go and see it. Especially Kitty, shout out to you. I know you're a fan of Walton Goggins. He looks good in this film. You'll like this. But I was impressed with it. I don't know if it's a masterpiece. I don't know if it'll get much coverage, but I'm really glad that I saw it, because I think I might have otherwise accidentally missed it. But it's worth seeing, and I would actually go and see it again as well, because I think it's just really sweet. It's got really heartfelt, tender moments. I will say maybe the final act feels a little bit predictable and perhaps a bit cliche. You kind of know that it's going to end in a sad note, and it does. But it's still, you know, it's a little bit schmaltzy, but I kind of liked it and I sort of lent into it. It's got some heart, and again, it is really funny. Like great editing as well. It's got sort of jumpy cutting that I really liked. It gives it a good pace. Nice sort of suave, glitzy fonts for the title and for the credits. And then same with the music as well. It feels like it's sort of jazz inspired and very not camp, but quite glitzy. And, you know, like, oh, look at me, I'm swooning around by the pool, that sort of energy. So yeah, I think there's a lot to enjoy in it. The Uninvited, go and see it. It comes out on the 9th of May. Thumbs up from me.
In a change to our scheduled programming, we're going to dive into Big Question. Not at the end of the episode.
What?
But that's because our Big Question result is going to be the ammo for our next stupid little segment. Adam, please let us know what was this week's Big Question.
Nicely done. This week's Big Question was... God, the range I've got there was, which actor would you not want to meet? But not only would you not want to meet, we're talking, who would you cross the road if you saw? Who would you actively just groan if you like? What do you mean they're walking down the street? What do you mean there's paparazzi after them? Why are they wasting their time? Oh, they stink. Oh, they're rubbish. That kind of level of just absolute disgust. Mm.
We did ask this at the end of last week. No one got in. Thanks for that, guys. Really appreciate it. Unless Adam deleted it like he did Josh's email last week.
I don't know how I did
Lenny
that.
and Josh, I expected better. I thought you'd email in telling us what actors you don't like, but never mind.
No, you've spoken too soon. They've already responded to my last minute Instagram poll.
Oh, thank goodness. I take it all back. I'm sorry, Josh. Formal apology.
Yeah.
Take it away. Let us know what some people have said about what actors they would actively avoid.
So Tom's gotten in touch. He said Adam Barlow's evil twin brother. And then he's given a name. Average Rod High.
It was either going to be that, or it was going to be Badam Arlo, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's quite impressive. I've never seen anyone go through that effort. Because Adam, like dam, bridge, bar, rod, low, high. That's really good. That's quite inspired. I'm impressed.
Thanks, Tom.
Lenny has gone down a similar route of going for an evil version of a character. Paddington. And he's written, because he wanted to meet Paddington. So if he met evil Paddington, that's the Antichrist, isn't it? And then he's put in brackets Poodington.
2 for 2 there. Non-existent real life things. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Are we a laughing stock to you?
Do you not take Big Questions seriously? Good God. And then Josh finally giving actual real life names. Although Aaron Taylor-Johnson he's called out, and Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot, absolutely.
Yeah, Gal Gadot's a shout.
I am absolutely shocked at Aaron Taylor-Johnson. That has baffled me.
Mm.
In fact, he's probably my actor I'd like to meet most.
Do you think so? He's that because
Purely
you
just
like
because
him.
he's very hot.
Yeah.
I mean, not on acting ability-wise at all. If we're talking hotness, let's go down the Paul Mescals, the Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Tom Hardy's, like
Oscar Isaac.
We can go on and on. But I'm so stunned by that. I can't believe that's the person he'd actively avoid. Let us know, Josh. Tell us why. I want to know why Aaron Taylor-Johnson is the one you don't want to meet.
Did Josh see Craven the Hunter? Because I didn't, maybe that burnt him, but I didn't think Craven was that bad.
Yeah, you were a bit of a craven defender, actually, weren't you?
No, I wouldn't go that far.
You sounded like Hugh Grant then.
I don't think that's quite what I said, but
I think me and Adam have got a couple. Go on. What actors or actresses would you not like to meet, Adam?
Let's sort of A and B it. So I'll give one, you give one.
Okay, cool.
I've gone for The Rock.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was my one as well.
It took me a while to think of someone, and then the second I gave it more than like 30 seconds thought, I was like, oh no, that's so obvious. Of course. Yeah. Dwayne Johnson. Don't get me wrong. I feel like I should pick on someone my own size. Do you know what I mean? Because if I were to bump into
I don't know any 4'2" people.
I think you're a bit of a dick, mate. But Toby Jones. No. No, Toby Jones out here catching strays. I'm sorry, Toby. I think there was a period in this podcast where we really like slated Toby Jones, and I think it was just out of jealousy. I have absolutely no ill feelings towards
Malice.
Toby Jones.
Yeah, towards Toby. Toby, if you're listening, we'd be honoured to have you on because he's been in a hell of a lot of stuff, and I mean, he'd be fascinating to interview. He seems like a very polite gentleman.
Yeah, I bet he's lovely in real life. So we just like to make a formal apology to Toby Jones. So you said The Rock as well. I'm glad I'm not alone in that.
Yeah, he's my number one. I'd like spit on the pavement as I walk past him. Like, can't stand the bloke.
But I love the image of like, say you're walking through Soho and he's being swarmed and he's just there like raising his eyebrow and like, you want my autograph signed? Sorry, it sounded like Sylvester Stallone, but you know, that's my Rock impression. Whatever, leave me alone. But yeah, I could just imagine.
Like, no, I fucking don't.
You just shove past him and you knock him back. You just give him the shoulder and he stumbles back because he's so small and weak.
Meek. Imagine pushing The Rock. I mean, I don't like him, but I would not have the balls to do that. Let me tell you.
He'd push you back and you just turn to dust. Like you disappear like you've been Thanos snapped. It'd be that outnumbered and that outmatched. It'd be horrible.
Another one of mine. I absolutely had Gal Gadot, but we've had that already. So I'm going to go Jared Leto. I'm not a big Jared Leto fan. He'd absolutely be someone. He struck me as the kind of person who'd run up to me and say, like, do you want a photo with me? But not a fan of him at all.
Yeah, I get that actually. Yeah. He's got weirdly sort of scary eyes. Like he's got very crisp blue eyes, hasn't he? Which I'm sure...
like a vampire. Maybe that's why he was Morbius.
Yeah, you're right. He does feel like he'd sleep upside down. The other name I put down, I'm sure I've got some other names that I could reel off, but Rebel Wilson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure...
Incredibly good shout.
Because I think my mum likes Rebel Wilson quite a bit. And also Melissa McCarthy.
Mums usually do. Yeah, that's right.
While we're on the subject.
Thinking, fat ladies. Who can we talk about? Ah, yes. Melissa McCarthy as well.
No. That at first glance, that may seem like the basis for my distaste for these two actresses. But no, that's not it. Rebel Wilson, I just think would be quite grating. I know we've got not one leg to stand on here. Who are we? Who are we to be taking shots at these actresses?
White men with a podcast.
Yeah, right.
We are the grating ones.
Yeah. Look at us talking about Star Wars at the top of the hour. Goodness me. Isn't it funny how it comes out on the same week as May 4th? Isn't it funny when Ewan McGregor does that voice to the robots? Honestly. But no, Rebel Wilson, I don't know what it is. I think she would just... I don't think our energies would match.
She's not fat anymore either. She's really skinny now, so...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's not based on looks, guys. Don't worry. It's not that.
I will say as well that Jack Black is getting near that level for me as well. I really liked him after the Mara movie.
Yep.
And the whole Minecraft thing has really soured me. But my main one is The Rock. So I think we should now move over to A-list star. A-list star in our impressions repertoire.
A-list star. A-list star in our impressions repertoire. This week.
Imagine one day.
This week, Alfie.
Imagine one day. One day when we cue A-list star, but we've got like a really high production version of the theme tune, and we just don't address.
Yeah, out of nowhere. We've got like guest musicians coming in.
Full orchestra, like.
I'm singing like soprano, like. We can dream.
Silly. So silly.
Oh dear. I dreamed an A-list of time gone by. Anyway, this week on A-list star in our impressions repertoire, we are adding, sadly, some actors we don't like. So we felt that as a challenge, because the A-list star is such a fluid thing, we thought, why not add a rule? Just for this week only, we have to add these actors that we don't love, but we're not allowed to put them in the bin.
They're not allowed to go in the bin with Jonathan Ross, Slimer, Toby Jones. Sorry, Toby Jones.
Toby Jones is in the bin.
Is he not in the bin?
No. He's safe.
Who else is in the bin? Slimer, Jonathan Ross,
Jar Jar Binks, Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch, of course. So we're going to put The Rock on there.
Of course. What do you mean, of course?
This arbitrary made-up fucking scale. Yes, of course.
Oh yes, of course. Jeff Goldblum's in the godly clouds. Of course. Well, actually, that is of course. But still,
we're going to put The Rock on there, but we need to put him on there and actually think about where he would go on that list. I'm going to go. Who is on the bottom half of that list?
The bottom half. Well, I'll take you from the middle down.
Buy me a drink first.
Good. That's tickled me. Sebastian Stan, Emily Stone, Timothy Chalamet, Robert Downey Jr., James A. Caster, Austin Butler, Ayo Edebiri, Peter Serafinovich, The Maidley. I forgot Richard Madeley was on here.
It's so arbitrary.
Christopher Walken, Jack Black, and Dakota Johnson.
There we go. I'm going straight in. He's going to go above Dakota, but below Jack Black. Maybe above Jack Black, actually.
Well, this is a fun little fight between those two, isn't it? Because they both starred in Jumanji. Who's less irritating in that film? Probably Dwayne Johnson.
Wow. So maybe he's going to go above Jack Black.
Yeah, I think we bite the bullet and put him there.
Let me really quickly just see if there are any Rock films that I actually like.
We've looked this up before, Alf. There isn't. I'll save you the time.
Thank you. Okay. Exit browser.
The Tooth Fairy from 2008 or whenever.
Yeah, it's abysmal. You're quite right. There's nothing there at all.
Yeah, it is shocking. Oh no, Moana. That's the one film I'll give him a pass.
Yeah. Wow. What a filmography.
What a screenplay. What a performance.
There we go. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is on the A-list star in our impressions repertoire.
Yeah. Who else? Rebel Wilson next. I'm willing to admit that this is probably just personal taste, because I think like Pitch Perfect and films like that are popular. My mum does like Rebel Wilson, so I don't mind if we put her a little higher. But then the problem is we've only added people that we like really so far. So anywhere we put them is going to be too high. Is she?
Who is the lowest good person on that list?
Well, Christopher Walken, who's just above The Rock.
What an insane... I'd say maybe I'd rather watch a Rebel Wilson film than a rock film?
God, this is really like one of those philosophical questions. Like, would you rather run over a train with one person on the track or 5? Just that sort of.
Yeah. If a Rebel Wilson falls in the forest, but no one's around to hear it.
What does that even mean?
Oh, she's good in Jojo Rabbit.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, put it this way. Has Dwayne Johnson done a film that's as good as Jojo Rabbit? Probably not.
Absolutely not.
So
absolutely not.
It's a bit of a cop-out answer, but do we just put her slightly above Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah, I'm not really prepared to put her above Christopher Walken.
No. And then above that, we've got Richard Madeley and Peter Serafinovich, so we absolutely can't go any higher.
I can't believe Richard Madeley is above Christopher Walken.
And Adam Driver. My goodness. Oh, now we've got to do Jared Leto. Oh, good lord. It's probably around the same mark, isn't it? Or is she...
Yeah.
No, hang on. Here we go. I think... Well, which do you prefer, do you think? Madam Web or Morbius? Because that would help us at the bottom of the list, wouldn't it?
Oh, I don't know. What one do you prefer?
I never saw Morbius, but I at least saw Madam Web for the irony.
I think that's a good one. I think Madam Web is for the laughs. I would put him under... not Rebel Wilson. What's the woman from Madam Web called?
Under Dakota Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, I'd put him under Dakota Johnson.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. God, that was tough.
That's 3 good additions there, but we really have just shunned them to the bottom.
Yeah. But not in the bin, so we haven't broken the law that we set for ourselves.
The arbitrary law for the arbitrary list.
No, that's a new segment. Arbitrary law. Arbitrary law.
The arbitrary list.
Arbitrary law for the arbitrary list. Then we just rank laws. Can you imagine a total...
Arbitrary. 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 Arbitrary law. Arbitrary law in arbitrary list.
Imagine we just go really like... We go off the rails one week. We just start going through the government's files of just laws and regulations, and we're like, well, that was quite good. But then look at this case in 1987 where so-and-so overruled the courts.
If you look at paragraph 2.1 of the...
Oh, dearie me. One thing's for certain. No one's fighting us for copyright over A-list star in our impressions repertoire. So, in my books, copyright goes at the top of the list. A-list star. A-list star in our impressions repertoire.
If you'd like to add someone to the A-list star in our impressions repertoire, you can email in hello@movieonup.com. Get in touch. Tell us what celebrities you hate, what celebrities you love, what films you've seen, who you'd like to put on our list. Anything, any kind of communication would be really appreciated. We'd love to hear from you. So yeah, that's hello@movieonup.com.
Absolutely, please do get in touch. You can also do so by going to our Instagram and TikTok pages, the handles for which are @MovieOnUp. It's as simple as that.
What are we reviewing next week, mate?
Thunderbolts next week.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's the one then, isn't it?
That's
the big
up.
one.
Yeah. I'm booked in for a
Reviews,
Thursday evening showing, and I'm very excited.
Currently the second highest rated Marvel film ever.
Wowcher. What's higher than that? Black Panther?
Black Panther, yeah.
Okay. Man, I think this is going to be really good. I'm very excited for Thunderbolts.
I hope this is getting them back on track and going to make them go, oh damn, we need to make more films like this. And it's looking good. Ali Plum said like best film since Endgame. I mean, not hard to beat really, is it? But yeah. It looks good. So yeah, I guess next episodes will absolutely just be on Thunderbolts.
Yeah, so do keep an eye out for that in your inbox. Thank you for listening to today's show. Again, give us a rating if you haven't already on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening. Check out our socials. Check out our silly content of me meeting Jeff Goldblum. Stay tuned for that bonus episode, and we'll be back soon with another one of these little film reviews.